Hello. So we are going to learn today how to start off with crochet. So that will include how to make a slipknot, how to chain, because chaining is one of the main foundations of crochet, and how to do a single crochet stitch. Now for the slipknot. Well, it is entirely personal preference whether you would rather have the tail end be able to adjust the loop or the working end to be able to adjust the loop. But what I like to do, so I like to hold it like this so my tail end is up. I flip it away from myself and then I come under, hook onto, so where the other side of the cross section is. Go try and let it refocus here. Come on. Refocus, please. Come. Okay, it is simply not wanting to refocus. Need to adjust real quick. Okay, so to start again with our slipknot, we are going to be holding the tail end up, the working yarn, or tail end to one part, working yarn to another part. So we're gonna, with our left hand, flip it away from yourself, and to therefore go under, because since our working yarn is what is at the top of our cross section, we're going to go under and hook our finger onto that working yarn end. We're going to pull that through our loop. And I prefer this for crochet because then my working yarn is going to adjust my loop and my tail yarn is going to adjust my knot. So this is my personal preference, but that's what I prefer how to do. So flip away from yourself, under, hook onto the working yarn, and just pull that through. And then tighten that up, that'll tighten your knot. Now we have our loop. So, one more time with feeling. Rotate, grab under, pull through. So, doesn't particularly matter how you put it onto the hook, as long as it is. So now what we're gonna do is, so you go behind the hook. This is what we refer to as yarning over. So you go behind and down. And the important part here, your hook should be like facing down or like facing away from you. If you have it up, it's going to be much harder to drag it through. So you yarn over, then you pull that through. And I'm not going to tighten this that much. And we should have one chain. So yarn over, behind, forward, pull. That'll be a chain. Behind, forward, pull. So you're continuing to yarn over, pull, make our chain. And mind you, I am also holding onto this chain here, or the chains that we've made, as I continue to add, just for some stability, to keep my tension similar. Oop. Okay, and so if we count our chains, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to do 10. So 10. So I'm just counting these V's that we made. On the back side, you can see how there's like a horizontal bit. right in there. So for a single crochet, what you do is, so we have this V right here. We're going to go into the one next to it. So it's the second chain away from our hook. We're going to go through one part of the loop. As long as we're consistent, it doesn't matter if you do top or bottom. So we have our hook through our chain. Going to yarn over, so behind and forward. Our hook is still facing down or facing toward us. Then you pull that through just that chain stitch. Now we have two loops on our hook. So yarn over again, behind and forward, pull that through both. And that is our single crochet. We'll have our one loop here. So now we go into the next chain. So put our hook through the next chain. We yarn over, pull that through just the chain, yarn over, pull that through two loops. And we're going to continue to do that for the rest of this row. And as you can see, I can do that first, so putting my hook through the chain and yarning over basically in one motion. And some of that is just how I prefer to hold on to my yarn while I'm crocheting. So I have a couple more stitches left to do, and I'll show you how to turn around. And that will be all you need to know for how to do a single crochet. There, so we're at the end of our round, or the end of our row, my bad. And you should know if you change properly that it doesn't cinch in too much or too little. So this looks pretty good. I did stretch it out a little, but it's holding, which is what's important. So now you can either chain now or turn and chain, but I prefer, so I'm gonna do 2 chains just to make it really clear. I'm going to turn over my work. So now I'm going to work across all the stitches we just made. So this, usually in patterns, the chains count as the first stitch, which means we usually skip that stitch that's right here. So we go into the next one. Not every pattern will do this, but they may. And what I do, so now we have, if you look at the top, we have our row of V's. So now what we can do, instead of just going through one, we can now go through both, and that creates a much more cohesive fabric. You're not going to see individual rows nearly as distinctly. So you still treat it the same. You go through 2, you go through both of the whole V, you yarn over, wrap around, pull that through the V, yarn over, pull that through both. You're still working it exactly the same. And technically you can do this with that chain as well. You can go through the V, it's just much harder compared to when you finally have your stitches established. So now I'm down to my last V here. And the trick is I actually should have basically 9 stitches, because in our chain row had 10 chains, but remember we skipped a stitch. So we should actually have 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is perfect. So because we can see a little bit of our double chain here, we're just counting that top of that chain. The first chain stitch is going to be our stitch. So we continue. Chain 2, flip, skip that V that our chains are coming out of. So you go into the next one, you continue. And that is how you work single crochet in the flat.